get the cloaks on the ground. Someone's got to stand around yelling, Hosanna to the Son of David. Someone's got to allow the donkey to go. Someone's got to do all these things, but it doesn't matter because the job is for Jesus' name to be lifted up and for everybody to recognize he is the reason this is so awesome. He is the reason the promises are coming true. He is the Messiah. And when he comes into the temple, he brings a whole new idea of what the Messiah is, which is exactly what the Messiah should have done. If he was to be expected, then you know what? He wouldn't have been a real prophet of God. He had to bring something new to the table. This is the moment when all the promises are fulfilled, when all of that Old Testament stuff comes true, and here in this moment, the job is to get him recognized. And he's looking for anyone who'll be willing to do it. And if they don't do it, the rocks will do it. This is encouraging to me because it means that I can do something in Jesus' kingdom just so long as I'm willing. But it's also discouraging to me because if I don't do it, he can find someone else. If none of us did it, he could get the rocks to recognize him. If none of us did it, he could find some other way to get the job done. But wait a minute. I don't want to be just anyone. I don't want to be just another cog in the wheel of this vast, job thing that Jesus is putting together. I don't want to be just anyone. I don't think any of us want to be just anyone. We want to be someone. I mean, when I was a kid, I had a dream, a vision, a goal for my life. I told you it was to reach about 6 feet tall. Well, I never could do that, and by the time I realized I couldn't reach 6 feet tall, I decided I wanted to be kind of like this guy if he shows up on the screen. That guy. That is Spud Webb. 5'7" tall, and that boy could dunk. Look at those, look at that vert. He's huge. I could almost dunk when I was in high school. I could get my hand far above the rim, but that dude's like way higher than that. Way higher than that. So I wanted to be Spud Webb. I couldn't be Spud Webb, couldn't ever jump that high, so I decided, okay, maybe I'll be Larry Bird, because Larry Bird could shoot from the outside, and he could shoot a whole lot, and he could shoot really well. He was a good guy. Maybe I should be Larry Bird, but I couldn't shoot all that well. So then I decided maybe I should be Magic Johnson, because, Magic Johnson, he got famous by doing lots of little things really well. He wasn't the major point scorer. He passed, he dribbled, he was a point guard. Maybe I could be Magic Johnson. The problem was, my senior year, I won Defensive Player of the Year. You don't make many points winning Defensive Player of the Year. I came in runner-up for student athlete, and I was like, criminy, I'm not really someone at all. I'm just an anyone. This is our problem, okay? Jesus is looking for anyones. He's looking for you and me to be anyones. He doesn't need the someones because the Pharisees were trying to be someone. In fact, Jesus gives a warning to the someones. You might want to write this down. There's actually a rebuke for the someones. There's a rebuke for them. The Pharisees say, Jesus, make your disciples be quiet. And Jesus says, no, because I'm looking for anyone. If they're going to make the noise, I'll let them make the noise because I'm looking for anyone. Look at what Jesus says in Luke 18. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. Friends, I want to challenge you. Our own desire to be someone can cause us to miss out on God's best for our lives. If we want to be that person who gets the recognition, it can cause us to miss out on God's best for our lives. This guy is Cousin Eddie. And the reason he's such a slum, the reason he's such a lowlife, is that he's been out of work for many years. And do any of you know why he's been out of work for so long? He's holding out for a management position. Right, that's the line in the movie. He's holding out for a management position. If you're trying to be someone and you won't take anything less, then that means you just may end up being nothing, like Cousin Eddie over here. The thing is, you can miss out on God's best by trying to be what you think someone is. And the problem is that there's only one someone worth recognizing, and that someone is Jesus himself. There's only one someone worth recognizing. Friends, I want to give you a challenge today and an encouragement today. Because today is Palm Sunday, next Sunday is Easter. Easter is the one Sunday in the whole year that people are really willing to listen to you invite them. They're really okay with it. It's the one Sunday all year long that they're already thinking about going to church. They're already thinking about hanging out with God's people. It's already percolating in their brains. And I just want to invite you to remember that there's a place for everyone here, and that Jesus is looking for anyone who will be willing to step up and actually say, yeah, I think Jesus is pretty cool too. And that if we're trying to be someone, we can offset the fact that Jesus is the only someone worth paying attention to. This is my commitment statement for us to make today. I will be an anyone doing my part to reach everyone because Jesus is someone they need to know. I want to ask you seriously if you think you can make that commitment today. I will be an anyone doing my part to reach everyone because Jesus is someone they need to know. We've got an opportunity here this morning for you to solidify your commitment to Jesus, your commitment to what He's doing in this world. And it's to do what He told us to do on Good Friday. Thursday night, before the Good Friday day happened, they were having their Passover meal. And in the Passover meal, Jesus took some bread, and He broke it, and He gave thanks for it. And He said, "This is my body which is broken for you. Eat this in remembrance of me." In the same way, after supper, He took a cup. And in that cup, He had some wine, fruit of the grapes, and He gave it to His disciples, and He said, "Drink of this. This is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. Do this in remembrance of me." Today, if any day, is a day that we need to acknowledge how supremely important Jesus is. If you'd like to fill out that response card, the communication card, just kind of let me know what God is doing in your life. I'll be praying for you this week. If you'd like to stand and join